clash, no roar, just silence. In the shadows, battles won. I see through foggy veils, no swords to raise, no cries to wail. Victory's touching ghostly hue. Darkness glows a pale blue. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Creeping through the twisted wood, echo shards where warriors stood. Just a breath, just a wish. No more war, no final fist. Wisdom whispers in the night. Strength in peace, no need to fight. Witness walk in soft embrace. No battle scars, no deadly taste. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. In the still night whispers float. In the quiet heartbeats slow. No clash, no roar, just silence. In the shadows, battles won. I see through foggy veils. No swords to raise, no cries to wail. Victory's touching ghostly hue. Darkness glows a pale blue. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Creeping through the twisted wood, echo shards where warriors stood. Just a breath, just a wish. No more war, no final fist. Wisdom whispers in the night. Strength in peace, no need to fight. Witness walk in soft embrace. No battle scars, no deadly taste. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. In the still night whispers float. In the quiet heartbeats slow. No clash, no roar, just silence. In the shadows, battles won. I see through foggy veils. No swords to raise, no cries to wail. Victory's touching ghostly hue. Darkness glows a pale blue. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. In the still night, whispers float. In the quiet, heartbeat slow. No clash, no roar, just silence. In the shadows, battles won. I see through foggy veils, no swords to raise, no cries to wail. Victory's touching ghostly hue. Darkness glows a pale blue. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Creeping through the twisted wood, echo shards where warriors stood. Just a breath, just a wish. No more war, no final fist. Wisdom whispers in the night. Strength in peace, no need to fight. Witness walk in soft embrace. No battle scars, no deadly taste. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. In the still night, whispers float. In the quiet, heartbeat slow. No clash, no roar, just silence. In the shadows, battles won. I see through foggy veils. No swords to raise, no cries to wail. Victory's touching ghostly hue. Darkness glows a pale blue. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Creeping through the twisted wood, echo shards where warriors stood. Just a breath, just a wish. No more war, no final fist. Wisdom whispers in the night. Strength in peace, no need to fight. Witness walk in soft embrace. No battle scars, no deadly taste. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease. Silent shadows trace the ground. In this silence we are bound. Greatest victory found with ease. No need to fight, no need to cease.
All right, can everybody hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can.
I can hear you on the stream.
You are
Oh,
audible.
Fate, can you hear us all now?
You are
oh,
audible.
Fate, can you hear us all
fate
now?
your only hope.
Hello.
Awesome. Sorry about that. So, apparently, my. Fuck, I hate
I think
technical
that's a sign we
issues.
should move on.
Oh my god. It started even before we talked. When I loaded up OBS, I apparently. I don't know what the fuck I did, but it just glitched out upon loading and didn't upload any of my like where you click input device and output device, it just had it device not collect or connected, even though everything was fucking connected. And I didn't even think to look. So yeah. Anyway, to catch you up with what you didn't hear and instead just saw our beautiful faces or pictures, um, 5e sucks, 4e sucked, D&D, and I refuse to make a hack for those games because I disagree with the underlying design philosophies of those games. I figured if I was going to
Wait,
make a shitty game, I'd make my own.
Spidey.
So,
Okay, hold on. I have
the
to ask a
stream.
question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What is your preferred D&D?
So my preferred D&D, I can't fully answer. My preferred D&D is 3.5.
I'll
While
explain.
Yeah, I know, fuck you. While I have a lot of issues with 3.5, I think it reached that balance between legitimate system and money grab much better than other editions. It definitely has its issues, but I found its issues are also easier to work around. I can work around power creep by saying, okay, we're only going to play with X books. I can work around Tome of Battle or Psionics being broken by saying, all right, session 0, we need to decide, are we using these or not? One person is not playing a psionic. Either we're all playing psionics or fucking no one is, etc. 5e is closer to 3.5. The problem I have with 5e is, again, a lot of the underlying design philosophies. I don't like the idea that, and this is a problem I share with 3.5, I don't like the fact that, for instance, with items, I have to wait till level 5 or higher to get an item that is more than just a +1 sword. I don't like, and 5e had that problem. 5e, I would argue, exacerbated it by making feats an optional system. Who the fuck in their right mind thought that was a good idea? Like, I would have loved to have been at that meeting. You know what players absolutely hate? Player expression. Players hate it. They don't like being able to make their character and customize it the way they want. No one in the history of
Oh,
gaming has ever
absolutely.
liked
We
that.
don't.
Everybody likes to play cookie cutter fighters that are the exact same. Like, who the fuck thought that was a brilliant fucking idea? Hey, how much does this item cost? I don't know, it's rare. Okay, I'm the GM. I'm running a game. How much does a fucking sword cost? I don't know. Between 500 and 1,000 gold. Fucking how much does it cost? I don't know. You're the GM. You figure it out. No, fuck you. I paid you 65 goddamn dollars for this book. Give me the rules. If I have to change the rules to fit my table, I will change the rules to fit my table. But fuck my ass, I need the rules to fucking fix them. No, 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 no. Don't give me that shit time. You ran the 1E. Or you ran the one shot 5E. and I played and I had fun. I ranted after.
No, you did it at the beginning.
Well, I should tell you that starting the first weekend in June, I'm going to be running a 5e1 shot on my channel.
Oh, fun.
Saturday morning. I haven't decided which one yet, but we're going to be doing something short, like Fandelver or what was the other one? Sword Coast, something like that.
Okay. If you're still looking for players, let me know. If you're not, no worries. I will keep my ranting to a minimum, I promise.
I could use one person that I am familiar with, their play style and level at the table, because it'll be my first like fully run one D&D one shot. So
Yeah. One of my other issues, and this will be my last one, and Fate, I get where you're coming from, and I understand that, but I would argue it's far better to make those feats baseline and then simply include, okay, if you want to play a sword and board style fighter, here's the rough outline for the first couple levels. Starfinder did something like this, where you had your operative class, for example, which you're fucking space rogue, and then at the end of the operative section, they had, here's a quick up to level 5 build for 3 different types of operatives. And if you don't want to plan your whole feats out during session 0, fucking don't. Grab that. I think that's a far better option than just making feats optional, because you very quickly get to the point, and this is one of the main problems I have with D&D in general, you very quickly get to the point where you have to decide between a base numerical bonus to keep yourself competent or the ability to do cool shit. I mean, that's my philosophy as well. However, I understand that not everyone's like that, Fate. I understand that I'm a little fucking weird. My other problem is, I understand and I am absolutely okay with getting mechanics for my characters as I level up. That's important. That's the whole point of having a class and level system, right? You get better at what you do. However, if I plan on being a sword and magic using fighter at level 1, and that is my class, I shouldn't have to wait till level 3 to pick my subclass. I should be able to pick that at level 1. I shouldn't be at level 1 a cleric, and then at level 3, okay, now I'm a battle cleric and my core character changes. Leveling should be for enhancing what you already have. The basic mechanic of your character should be accessible at level 1. Basically, it's deciding what you're going to be waiting for. Leveling up should never be, especially when the game caps at 20, but most games in D&D run to that 10 to 12 level cap range. Why am I waiting a quarter of my character's career to learn their basic ability? You know, if I'm getting a masterwork weapon at level 2, or and my +1 weapon at level 3 or 4, that's a third of my character's fucking career that I've spent getting a +1 bonus to attack and damage. That is fucking stupid. Anyway, I apologize. We are getting back on track. I love you all.
We love you too, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
Sorry, did Buddy say anything? I was doing some chores.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck you, Time. You started this. Don't give me this shit. I will say I haven't played much of D&D 2024. I've literally only played one test session.
I think that's all they have out, though. Have they released the whole thing?
I'm not sure. With the whole OGL debacle and everything, and that's getting into more of the political and business side that I'm not trying to get into on this stream. I'm looking, I'm working on publishing my own. I don't want to be this game sucks by mine. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's kind of what I'm doing here, let's be honest. But it's not what I'm trying to do. It's not the point. It's a happy side effect. I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. I have kind of fallen out with D&D over the years. The OGL debacle basically fucking sealed it for me. I played a little bit of 2024, and while it still has a lot of the same issues, specifically the weapon issue, you don't get your real core mechanics until level 3, your subclass until 3, they did do a little bit better job balancing it from what I can see, and 1 doesn't feel quite as cookie cutter-y. It still has that issue, but again, that may just be because I only played 1 fucking session. I feel better about D&D 2024 than I have about 5e. Yeah, anyway, rant over. And okay, one more thing. Fate,
You have 5 more minutes.
right. Fate again. And I agree with you. Unfortunately, that is the answer, and unfortunately, fuck you, Time. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Those of you who have been on my stream for a while, you know that when I say fuck you, I actually mean. It's like I watched too much Princess Bride as a kid. But unfortunately, in my opinion, from what I've saw, and they kind of baked that idea into the core design philosophy of 5e, and instead of using it as every table is different, if you don't like X mechanic, you don't have to use it, it's fine. They used it more as we just don't want to work on this part, so fuck it, you figure it out. That's the way it came across. I may be being completely unfair. I don't want to say that's fair. That's fair. But that's the way it came across when I was researching 5e, especially when it first came out. The game felt to me half-assed. And that's one thing if it's, you or me in a working on a small fucking independent game where you only have, 2 people helping you. But it's quite another when you're the biggest tabletop RPG game design company in the US and fucking arguably in the world. Like, you don't yes, I'm holding you to a higher standard because you have the resources and the income to be held to a higher fucking standard. You should be held to a higher standard. If you're going to throw your weight around and try and bully other companies out of the business, you should be held to a fucking higher standard.
Well, I just want to say, as like a devil's advocate, kind of, is that like I respected the designers with what they did with what they had, and I kind of like some of their ideas. But I think a lot of the core problems come down to the business model of why they were making 5e in the first place. They were trying to get the biggest share of the market possible, and you know, try to maximize enough as much profits, getting people to buy as much supplement books as they can. So,
And
you
that's
know, I
fair.
think the designers like did the best with what they had, and it kind of sucked with what they had.
Yes, that's absolutely fair. You see the same issue with movies. There is a big issue with the creative side of things over the money making side of things. And Fate, you're not inaccurate with that comment. To me, 5e felt like a lot of fuck you over 4e. Fuck you isn't right. That's not precisely what I mean, but it is what I mean. When 4e came out, I remember the switch from 3.5 to 4e, and there was a lot of bitching about how, especially when only the base books were out, there was no freedom. You know, like, you couldn't craft whatever weapons you wanted. You couldn't make your character the way you wanted. You picked your class. It was. But again, to me, 4E was a tutorial. 4E was an introduction to tabletop RPGs. If they had just released, like, imagine if instead of making a beginner box, 4E was a beginner box. Imagine if when they went from 3.5 directly to what you and I call 5th edition, but they made 4th edition as D&D the beginner box, and it was specifically designed the way it was, and they were upfront about it, and this is not a numbered system. You don't have to get this if you don't want to. This is designed to bring more people into the hobby. I think we would be talking about 4th edition in a very different light if they had done that. The problem is D&D exploded with the OGL, and a lot of third-party people were making stuff for D&D, and it led to a renaissance in D&D at that time. Unfortunately, people got fucking greedy, and by people, I mean Hasbro, and they wanted to recapture the market share that they lost. So they switched to a new edition. They made it unbackwards compatible. And they said, okay, people aren't playing D&D because they like this third-party supplement. They like it because it's D&D. And they tried to throw their weight around. And 4th edition fucking failed. And then they went back to 5th edition. And then I would argue that the only reason 5th edition succeeded, the only two reasons is, number one, it was D&D, and it did just enough of 3.5 to bring people back. And two, I realize this is kind of the bandwagon take, but you cannot understate the influence that specifically Matt Mercer and Critical Role, but other Let's Play podcasts had in bringing D&D back to the mainstream. you cannot understate it. I would go so far as to argue that there would be no 5th edition being to the height that it is today without Critical Role. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it from a bad point of view. I would love to have this discussion, but that really pushed 5th edition back into the public consciousness. And then to say nothing of TV shows and movies like Stranger Things. You know, how many people started playing D&D for the first time wearing a Hellfire Club shirt? And that's fucking awesome. I'm not saying that back in my day we played the game for the love of the fucking game and all these new fucking players just like it because it was on. That's not what I mean by that at all. I don't give a flying fuck how you got into the hobby. Welcome to the hobby. Unless you're a dick. Don't be a dick. But like, welcome to the hobby. And I just lost my train of rant. So, on that note, I love you all. We're going to get to the game. I have been ranting for 30 fucking minutes. I apologize, everybody.
I was gonna start doing like the Oscars music, you know?
Oh my god. Like, I need that
The
sometimes.
cane comes in from off screen and drags Spidey.
Yes. I'm going to have to make a cane and just... There's enough screen here, like...
Anyway, this mall.
Yes, this mall. You were in the
Did
fucking
they play
mall.
5e there?
You fucking bastard.
This is actually an alternate universe in which Lancer took off.
I'm sorry, say that again?
This
Oh,
is actually
Lancer.
an alternate universe where Lancer took off.
Oh, poor Lancer. Poor Lancer.
I mean, it still has its core audience. They're just, not as big.
Yeah. It's not a bad system at all. I like it. It has its issues like any other system. And I'm not trying to claim that X system is great and you all need to go play that and fuck the popular system. But
This game.
yes. So, you guys are now back in the main garden. You have just left the bookstore. You found your resonant, or you closed the mini tear. That was over here in R3, I believe. Yes, that was the Cozy Nook bookstore. So, god damn it. All right, we've got that. We've got that. Let's fucking play, everybody. So as you guys had come out, you saw the chipmunks. There are a bunch of bodies of various creatures that were clearly trying to get into the bookstore where you all were, but they are all dead. Most of them crushed by vines. They're slowly being pulled into the earth. Some of them appear to have just been put through a furry blender.
A furry blender?
A furry blender. The chipmunks got to them. Death by 1,000 chikus.
I would have guessed a furry blender was like a cute little meet-up, hangout type thing. Furries.
Boo. As long as the place has good air conditioning, I can only assume those suits are fucking horrible in the heat.
They probably also have ventilation and whatnot in the suits. A lot of times, I guess, they have like a
The good
fan
ones,
built
anyway.
into the... Yeah, the fan built into the head piece thing. Like a mascot suit.
Yes. All right, so at this point, you see the two chipmunks, the two from before. They are standing on one of the bodies. Uh, both of them turn as you guys come out. One of them flexes and then immediately runs over to you guys and starts asking for more smoothie before its buddy grabs it and points over to R4 here on the map, which is Breeze Bakery. And then they both run off.
That was crazy. Maybe you should go after your friends there, Colette.
She just kind of gives you a side eye, like, be for real right now.
Are we really about to take orders from a couple of chipmunks?
I've heard of Stranger Things.
To be fair, the chipmunks do seem to know what they're doing.
And they can
Who
talk.
said that?
Colette puffs out a disgusted sigh and, man, let's go. And she pulls her guns and takes off after them.
So, before you guys continue, I do want to ask a question. I
Ugh.
know, you know what? I can ask questions. I'm the narrator. Fuck you. But in the last encounter, some of you used Destiny Point abilities. None of you really took a lot of damage. Did you want to take a moment to do a tactical pause, a short rest, or do you want to continue?
Maybe we should take a rest.
How are
I
you
don't see
guys
why not.
doing on resources? Are you still good on Destiny points? Are you still good on stamina?
Probably, I don't know.
I don't know where I marked it down.
I'm too pretty to do such paperwork.
Oh, I hate you all.
What I miss? Sorry, I had to take care of the dog.
Good. He's asking about, do we mark down our stamina, our, destiny points and such?
I'm at full stamina and I haven't used any Destiny abilities yet.
I don't recall doing anything that would have,
You
led
summoned
me
the
to losing
ghost.
those things. Nah, I don't think that was me. I think that just happened
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
because of me.
And I forgot where I wrote mine down.
Yeah, I fully didn't write anything down. I think we were rushing immediately after that.
Awesome. So, as long as it's not just me not prepared. But
Oh no, don't worry. You never will be alone in that.
I guess we're going to R4.
so go ahead.
Well, we're taking a rest first. We were talking about whether or not we should take a rest first.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, like, I don't think anyone took any damage.
Correct.
Mostly it's just Destiny points. I know Colette spent 1. I don't remember. I know you talked about spending 1 Crimson. I don't believe you actually did.
No, I don't think I did either.
Okay.
Yeah, because it didn't fit the whole situation.
Awesome. So, Yeah, Colette, you're still at 2 out of 3 destiny points. Nobody really took any damage thanks to was it Fate or was it Tank that got the guy stuck in the toilet last time? Anyway, one of the players did that and that saved y'all's asses. Yes. Thank you, Fate. You saved their lives. Well, they thank you. Me, I'm ambivalent. So, don't suck up to the players' time. Or to the viewers. So,
Oh, like that's so different than what you're doing.
it really was. Yeah, but there's a difference. I don't know what that difference is, but damn it, there's a difference when I do it.
Even more distinct than the rule of cool is the rule of funny, and I operate it by it
Yes.
on an almost daily basis.
Yes.
That's why I have a beef with your grandpa, just because I think it's the funniest thing.
You're dead, I'm alive. Fuck you, I win.
You mean my Quetzalcoatl, whatever?
Uh,
I said it was.
I don't think your grandfather is a
What is it?
feathered serpent.
Could be. No, I had it up. Basically, it was like 4 times great grandfather, but in French.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How many destiny points do you have, Colette?
I guess I have 2 out of my 3. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at this point, I think you guys are good. That is up to you what you feel comfortable with.
Right.
Well, we could only take so many limited rests per day, so I think we
Correct.
should save it for later.
Yeah, I feel like also these chipmunks aren't waiting around for us. So
Yeah, they don't seem like the waiting type.
they were already on crack to begin with. Then they
Yes.
had a crack smoothie. So.
It's a good smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I say we.
Wheatgrass and whatnot. Yeah, let's get going.
Awesome.
No, go on.
All right. So,
I ready my thing and I follow Colette. My flamethrower. I ready that and I follow Colette.
all right. Everybody can see the map. Your vision is good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So,
I
as you
don't
get,
suppose my ritual is going off as we're approaching the door.
so at this point, let me verify how long your ritual lasts. I don't want to lie to you, because you've had it going for a while.
I'll be right back if that's okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Yes, it is still going. Leo, time.
Gotcha.
So, while we wait for Crimson to get back, everybody else, I need you to make for me a mental acuity plus perception check.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Fee, go ahead. Mental acuity plus perception. Colette doesn't see
I should
shit.
already know these numbers.
She has focused those chipmunks.
Mental acuity plus perception. Where are you? Come here. I should already know these numbers. Mental acuity should be 3.
Telling ya.
Perception should probably also be 3. I think.
Set up
Yes.
your macros so that Whitey can ignore them when he's asking for rolls.
Listen.
I know, right? It's slash roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$29.
Awesome.
Let's go.
God damn. All right, so Colette, as you guys get closer, Colette, you hear this kind of odd buzzing. You can't really place it. It's very high pitched, like just inside your range of hearing. But you can't really see anything. Lino,
Wait, say that again. Are you talking? Oh, you're talking.
that
about
was Colette.
Sorry.
Because
Yeah,
of what
my bad.
Colette's rolled, that's what they notice. Everybody else, I will get to it in 1 minute, or I'm explaining that
My bad.
now. You're good. Lino and Emor, you both see through the windows. At first glance, was it 19 and 22? So at first glance, you believe you see a bunch of different large insects. I say large, I don't mean like 6 feet long or anything. They're like 3 and 4 inch long dragonflies and butterflies, buzzing around and flying around inside. And after a second, you realize that they're constructs. They're made out of what looks like sugar and pastry, that kind of thing. Crimson, with your 29, you notice all of that. There are 3 distinct swarms of them.
Okay. And these are moth-like things.
So all different types. Butterflies,
types. Butterflies.
dragonflies,
Dragon.
all
Okay.
appear to be made out of pastry and confectioner's sugar and
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And there's 3 distinct
swarms, yes.
swarms. Okay. Well, guys, this is pretty cool, but I don't know.
Up, he's doing an art.
Each one of those is a distinct swarm.
They look like comfy blankets. Okay, so Colette doesn't see these. She just hears like the equivalent of electricity buzzing.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Well, if the chipmunks go in there, that's where she's going.
Man, I still can't believe we're following talking chipmunks.
You guys have done worse things.
Yeah, but when I grew up as part of the Magic Illuminati, I didn't think I'd be taking orders from talking chipmunks.
Magical Illuminati.
We've
And
seen.
Colette is just. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Colette is just one step closer to Snow White and the Huntsman situation.
I know,
Yes.
right?
I was thinking more King Arthur, or The Sword in the Stone,
That's
the old
generous.
Disney movie.
You mean the one in which Arthur has a romance with a squirrel?
Yes, that poor
That's
poor
always
little
weird.
girl. That poor little girl squirrel.
She was so heartbroken.
She
I felt the
was.
same way about when the Beast became human. Girl, don't feel bad.
Everybody felt that. She was so disappointed.
Anyway, do they react when we enter the bakery?
So they just pointed you at the bakery and then ran off.
I meant
Okay.
the swarms.
Ah, so what? Fuck, I forgot words. Anyway, did you say hope chakra?
I said throat chakra.
That's where I punch people. Yes.
So it looks like the stream hasn't had us move yet, even though I see Bitey is moving around like he's reacting to things. There
How
we
about
are.
now?
Just popped in.
Okay. So, when you step in, the swarms do react. And now that you're inside, Colette, you can see the swarms.
Okay.
None of them have moved yet, but they do take notice of you.
How would
Well,
I know that?
so that's what I'm trying to say.
Sorry.
Well, for example, the. God damn it. Now it'll ping. Okay. So this swarm right here, for example, while the bulk of the insects are right here, individual ones will dart out, to the left and right, whatever, as you were coming up, and then back into the main cloud. Once all of you enter, to the left and right and back, the individual insects have stopped going in that direction, and they all seem to be coming towards you and then darting back in. And the cloud of them itself, it's almost like it's undulating a bit in your direction. It hasn't moved square-wise yet. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Everybody sees this or just Colette?
Everybody sees this.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
So, go ahead.
I want to like turn to the group and sort of like in a almost meta way. It's like, does anyone have any idea what this is or what this could be? And I want to like see if there's any of our knowledges that we could roll to identify what's going on.
I ain't got no clue.
Is there any occult knowledge that I would have about swarms of very distinct clusters of insects in very specific spots like this? I'm assuming they're not just over the garbage or something.
Right. So there are different rituals that can summon things like this. None of you have the right thing. So, actually, Emor, make a mental acuity plus knowledge check for me.
By Captain. Nice foundry all the way over there.
And Colette, you may make one as well.
What was the roll?
Mental acuity plus knowledge. 21 and 23. So for both of you, while this isn't correct, Colette, for you, this reminds you a lot of the ritual phantom constructs. You know this isn't it, but it shares some similarities with it. The way the magic is working around it, that kind of thing.
So it could kind of be like a homebrew ritual of a similar fashion.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes. Emor with your 23, and you had the business. Same principle. For you, it is not this ritual, but the way it's acting, the way it works, what you can see of it, it reminds you a lot of resource conjuration ritual.
Okay. Noted.
So for both of you, if you quickly talk to each other based on what you've seen, with resource conjuration, as part of casting this ritual, the ritualist focuses on a small model that is representative of any non-weapon item with a wealth cost, etc., etc. Colette, with your occult, typically phantom constructs is used during construction, during a doing a building project.
Okay. So could I reasonably assume that that's what these insects are for?
That is a reasonable assumption, yes. You can also assume, based on what you know, Emor, that these weren't just created out of whole cloth. There's probably an item or a carving or some other focus creating them.
Okay. Well, I look and see if I see something that catches my eye like that. Do I have to be closer?
So anyone now may make this check, mental acuity plus perception.
Oof.
Better than me.
I thought I had turned that down. Hold, please.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go at it with something. I
You're-
got something for these insects.
Uh-oh.
Wait, did you ask for a roll?
I did. Mental acuity plus perception. Oh, somebody. Damn it, fate. Okay.
Thank you, Fate.
What does that one do?
That's the minor ally shows up.
Oh.
So, we will do that in 1 second. All right, so there's Colette, Crimson, Emor, Lino. So, Excuse me. All right, so all of you make your check. Where is my pen tool? There we go. All right, all of you can see the 3 red X's I placed on the maps.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, in each of those red X's, you see a small pastry that looks like the predominant insect in its respective swarm. So,
Okay.
if in this one over here, most of them are butterflies, you see over here what looks like a butterfly made out of spun sugar and caramelized sugar.
Neat.
Oh, it looks so yummy.
Over here is a little cake that looks like a dragonfly.
What kind of cake?
So it almost looks like a zebra cake, like one of those
Ooh.
little Debbie style cakes.
Oh.
This isn't gonna be like an "Is it cake" episode, is it? Come on.
You should try
I
eat.
don't my life.
So I
I'm
don't
getting
want
this
butterflies in
distinct-
my stomach.
What does
I'm
the
getting
other
this-
one look like, Alan?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this one over here looks like a death's head moth. And that's predominantly
cookie.
what's over here. It's a cookie.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
What were you saying, Colette?
I don't know, because I just assumed I wasn't gonna be able to say it, so I forgot it.
Oh, damn.
You're good.
So,
Oh, yes. I was just saying this kind of feels like a Alice in Wonderland situation where it's like,
Gonna
okay,
say, yeah.
now who of us has to eat which one now?
Well, before we eat the cursed magical cookies, are there any doors to any other parts of the store, like a back employee entrance or something?
so all you can see is this right here. It's one of those swinging doors that don't actually lock or latch.
Okay.
You know the ones I mean, where they're hanging and you can just freely walk through them.
Right, like a restaurant kitchen
Yeah.
door.
Yes. Back here would be the cooking area.
Well, cooking area sounds like a place in which whatever creature or person or something did this, that's where they would be, right?
Yep.
So they would have their ingredients there.
Maybe somebody should check it out after we take care of these swarms.
And at this point, all of you hear from the back area, "Hey, can is somebody out there? Can you help?
No,
Help?"
not out here.
Now now I actually have to immediately go over there without even considering whether or not anything my fellow
Okay.
teammates have to do, because that
Yeah.
is
So,
my driven factor.
are you going back there?
Yes, I am.
Make for me an agility plus evasiveness check.
Shit. evasiveness. Oh shit. I can't see what my agility is.
It's probably none.
3. Oh shit. Listen, I gotta do what I gotta do, man.
All right.
I rolled a 25.
Awesome. So you actually got a 27 because
Oh.
fate just gave you blessed by the tear.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you, Fate.
So what everyone sees is as soon as this person asks for help, Crimson moves without thinking and barrels back there, going through this cloud of insects, of pastry insects. As soon as they do, the insects, acting as one, begin diving towards her. And all of you can hear the distinct sound of glass hitting glass and sharp objects hitting sharp objects as
Oh,
the
shit.
insects try to dive bomb her and miss. And like one insect batters into another and skitters off, etc. With your 27, you take no damage.
Oh, thank God.
But
That was.
yes. You rolled really well. You got really lucky.
I did. I did get real lucky.
Butterfly ballet. So, as you get back there, all of you see, or all of you, God, Crimson, you see, where is my drawing tool? There we go. Let's make this a different color. So, in this square next to the table, you see a woman. Her back is to you. She looks recently graduated from college age, so like that mid-20s, early to mid-20s age. Almost immediately, one thing that strikes you as odd, she has extremely long elfin ears. Now, I'm pointing this out. In the Shattered World, fantasy races are not playable and are not known to exist in the core rulebook. Basically, elves and dwarves in universe in the Shattered World are seen the same way that in our world you or I would see Astropithecus or Neanderthal, right? Like, this was another hominid species. We have some fossils. We have stories of them existing. But you're not going to run into an Astropithecus today. You're not going to run into a Neanderthal today.
Would Crimson just assume that the ears are like an ear enhancement from being exposed from the tear?
So it could be that. More likely, it is cosmetic surgery. Either magical or surgery. There are individuals that can do a type of flesh crafting. There are individuals that can do some illusion magic to make them look more ethereal, etc. There are families that specialize in that. There are people, just like there are in our world, that get a random hair up their ass and Sugary surgery. Yeah. But
Uh,
this woman, she's wearing flour coated clothing, like she's clearly a baker. When you look, she like her hands are actively moving and working on something on the table as she's calling for help. Make for me, do you have any ranks in, let's look. Ranks aptitude. Do you have an aptitude in heal? Yes, you do. Make for me mental acuity plus heal.
mental acuity plus heal, that would be 3 and
Two.
2.
Yep.
Come on, Crimson.
Okay. So you're far away. You're looking at her back. She's calling for help. There's something that's striking you odd about her movements, but you can't quite place it. And before we continue with Crimson, does anyone else want to do anything?
Well, I would like to further talk to this woman who was calling for help. Specifically,
Alright.
what she has to say about what's going on.
Are you going back there as well?
No, if she can hear us as we yelled back to her, we can just talk here, can't we?
You
Colette's
can.
gonna sweep the rest of the store.
Awesome. Colette, please make for me mental acuity plus perception. And yes, Lino, if you shout, she can hear you. Same with Emor as well. If you want to shout, she can hear you.
Just move me there. I'm not getting closer to the swarm. But I'm just putting myself a bit closer to her. What's the problem?
Some bastard trapped me in here. Look, all of you need to either find a way to get me out of here or get out.
What kind of trap?
And at that, those of you in the main room, I need you to make for me an agility plus evasiveness check.
Oh no, no, I'm not good at that.
Don't worry, I'm in the same boat.
No.
Agility plus evasiveness.
Yes,
I bet that has
Crimson.
nothing to do with my dodge macro, I may add.
Crimson, you do not. You're in the back room. This is Lino, Colette, and Emor.
I still feel bad for them.
It's what we get for not being
Nope.
empathetic.
This man.
All right, there's
Well, even
Lino,
with-
there's Colette.
Even with 8 points, I feel like I could have gotten a better roll, but it's a long day. Colette needs a cookie.
Yes.
I have cookies. I made peanut butter cookies. They're here.
Nice.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, God.
I don't get any bonuses.
Up top, Emer, heavy armor squad. Let's go.
Well, I mean, you're a little. Well, actually, Emer's pretty tall, so yeah, it'll work. Goddamn.
Oh, the stream screen just went black.
Uh-oh.
One second.
That'll be the ADHD mom.
Yes. All right. How's that? Should be back.
Oh yeah, sorry about the messenger.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, you signed up for an ADHD channel. That's what you get. I apologize. So, Emor, oh god. So, Colette, you will be taking 1 point of damage. Lino and Emor, you would take 2 points of damage. Your armor does apply to this.
Alright, then I'm fine.
Gee, thanks.
So, as she is
Oh,
talking,
alright, that's
at the last second, you see that the individual, god damn it, it doesn't ping when I have that selected. The individual little pieces, the foci that I had mentioned earlier, glow for a fraction of a second, and then the clouds shift with each one targeting one of you before they dart back to where they were. And for just a brief second, you are surrounded by literally candy and confectioner sugar, sponge sugar, wings, and little insects. Lots of very death by 1,000 cuts. Lots of paper cuts, style cuts.
I think them smashing into my armor is hurting them more than it's hurting me.
Yes.
Colette has like leather on, but I'm sure her face and hands might get cut. I guess it depends on how forceful they are. Yeah, she has reinforced clothes. 0 armor.
Yes. So again, it hits mostly your your exposed arms, your cheeks, your face. Mostly it's paper cut level cuts, but there's a lot of them.
Ooh, those still hurt.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure having the sugar in it doesn't help.
Right.
And suddenly a lemon juice monster comes out. It's all of
No.
us.
How'd you know that was coming?
You kept saying paper cuts.
Yes. She is currently baking something big.
It's a lemon meringue pie.
Yes.
Now I want a lemon meringue pie.
I was going to make a joke about a Boston cream pie, but
That has nothing to do with the stream, Bitey.
that's right. Stay tuned for the after party. No, she is baking. I something happened, something started messing with the magic of this place. I don't know what's going on, but all of you need to you need to get out of here. These things will kill you, or you need to get me out of here. I think I can get them to stop, but I don't know.
Why don't you come with me? Try and come with me. Can you move away from the... Sorry.
If I could, don't you think I would have? And she sounds like near in tears. There is something about this. I don't know if a security system was tripped. We don't have anything like this, I thought. I just had to fucking work today. I don't know what's going on.
Can I check on my tablet to see if there was a security system that locks down the doors or anything tripped in this part of the
You
mall?
can. So remind me, do you have character sheet? You do not. Okay. So, you are tapped into the security system. There is a intruder suspension field is the closest term for it, only because I'm blanking on the actual name. But there is something like that. It is not. It's basically an added security system that when you get a store here, you can sign up for as a subscription. A lot of the stores don't have that service. Make for me a mental acuity plus tech usage.
Mental acuity plus 10. Oh my god. If I could, I don't want to roll 21d12. 2. Damn.
Okay. So, as you start flipping through, you see that the subscription for this has been activated for the store. However, it was activated today.
Weird.
Yes.
Interesting. Who's the subscription through?
There is no name listed. It's just the store.
Yeah, but is it a subscription directly through the mall
Yes.
or through the company?
Nope, it's through the mall itself.
Okay. Is there a company on file for like a phone number to call for customer service?
Yeah, can
So-
we cancel the subscription?
It would be handled through the main security office.
Okay. So there's not like a toll free like
No.
customer service number I can call to deal with this. Okay. Is the main security office far from here? It was back towards the beginning of the thing.
It
Before I
was
got back
back.
to the first place, isn't it?
Yes. It is something
Okay,
you
well,
can
subscription
connect to. Say it again?
Can I log in there and cancel the subscription then?
You can. It is going to take a minute.
That's fine.
So this will take you the equivalent of 2 minutes to
Okay.
log in and do it. It's one of those things where you have to go through like 100 different channels and are you sure you want to blah blah blah. We all know the type. But you are able to start that.
Cool.
At this point, so while you're doing that, Crimson, Colette, and Lino, what are you doing?
I kind of like. There's a part of me that's instinctually just going to try to attack this pastry that's within reach of me right now, but I'm not sure if this will make her problem worse. So, like, but the thing is, she doesn't know. You know what? Lino's just gonna try it because we have two others, so if this messes something up, it'll only mess up a third of the way instead of all the way.
She'll only be partly dead. Yeah, go ahead.
Partly
You
Dead is still alive.
That's right. You're using your
Spear.
you're using your spear as a fly swatter. Got it.
Well, I'm just gonna spear the pastry on the table right there
Ah.
that is within reach.
So, make an attack roll for me. Okay. So, you spear it and it cracks. It doesn't crumble. Like it looks like a pastry, right? But as soon as your spear tip connects with it, the whole thing fractures. Um has everybody seen a Prince Rupert's drop glass?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. Basically, it's a piece of glass. When it's still molten, you drip it into cold water. It solidifies into a tadpole-shaped drop.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with them is the head of the tadpole can take incredible amounts of damage and force because of the way the internal structure is. But if you flick the end of it, the tail of it, it shatters completely into like a cloud of dust.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't see this right because I'm in the other room.
Right.
Okay.
Lino
Just
is yeah. Lino, as soon as your spear touches it, it fucking shatters just like that.
Alrighty.
And this cloud of insects is gone.
Yay!
Okay.
As soon as I do that, I say, Crimson, is anything happening with the hostage?
I can't tell. Hold on. Should I make a roll?
Yes.
Like a perception roll?
Yep.
Mental acuity
plus perception. Yep. All right, 18. So, as she is working, she goes through a full body shiver at the same time that you can hear the shattering.
She's like, is she shivering or shimmering?
Shiver. It was a full body shiver. You don't.
She's
Like,
shivering.
Shiver me timbers.
Yes. You didn't see any wounds open up. But again, you're looking at her from behind.
All right. She seems to be shivering.
Are you going to get any closer?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to move closer to her.
All right, go ahead and move.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm gonna go right behind her.
Awesome. So when you get right up next to her, the first thing you can see, while her clothes have, flour and other stuff like that you get when you're baking, her entire body, anywhere you can see flesh, she is broken out into a cold sweat. As you get closer, you can see like the hair at her neck is is plastered to the back of her neck. Her skin is a lot paler than it should be. It looks almost sickly now as you're close. What the hell is going on out there?
I, it seems like they're trying to take care of those swarms out there, and help you. She seems to be having some kind of physical reaction, Lino.
What swarms? What are you talking about? I
There are
haven't.
these swarms of these candy like confectionery butterflies and dragonflies and moths and stuff out there.
What?
Yeah.
No. That none of that was activate. Nobody can activate that. Only I can activate that.
Well, I'll tell you what, sweetheart. It's been activated.
Okay. Oh God. Don't. Did. Okay. Did one of you? And as she's speaking, I'm not doing it well, but when you're this close, you can see she keeps working on what she's making, and it looks like this little figure made out of dough. Not quite gingerbread man-ish, but not far off from that. As she's talking, it looks like when somebody's trying to talk and clench their jaw at the same time. Like she's opening her mouth, but it's almost like her mouth doesn't want to open as much as she is.
What are you making there?
I don't know. I don't know. I this just started working. I can't fucking stop it. I don't know what's going on.
Can
Lino!
we hear her?
You can hear, huh? Go ahead.
Can we hear the hostage?
Yes.
Okay. Probably she might even be doing this without realizing she's doing it, like a self-protection thing, kind of like I just did. Obviously, I don't think Colette would know how to fucking calm her down to get that to stop, but
We might have to try physically. But Crimson shouted my name. What is it, Crimson?
Continue to do what you were doing.
No.
Why not? It seemed to be helping you.
Does this feel like it? Those my family creates things. That's what we do. But that magic comes from us.
You think this is a side effect of the tear?
There's a tear?
And you still have your magic. Yay!
She does not look relieved at that. Like, she's taking breaths, she's trying to calm herself down, but it's not working.
Could I try to go into the back room?
Okay.
Yeah, you destroyed that
Yes.
swarm, right? So
Yes. That
Okay.
I don't know if I said it or not. Yes, when you
I assumed.
destroyed it, the insects all fell and splattered against the ground. They turned back to normal confectionery confections. Words.
I'm just worried about leaving you two alone in this room. Uh, but this might solve it, or we could find some stuff out. So I'm gonna try to go in. Now, when Crimson went in, you asked her to roll heal. Could I roll knowledge biology?
You can.
Just double checking to make sure. Did you see my 23?
There it goes. Yes. So, with your knowledge of biology, something is holding her body against its will. Um Based on everything you've heard so far, it's clearly this program, the subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Things like this were designed to have as little long-term impact as possible. As little as possible is a loose term. She is clearly trying to fight against it. Both of you can see that. If she keeps fighting against it, she will end up hurting herself. But for the moment, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna shout to Emer what I can tell about what's going on, and then I'm just going to try to go over to her and pick her up off the ground.
So, as soon as you touch her, I need you to make for me an agility plus evasiveness roll. All right. So, as soon as you touch her, you have just the barest instance of warning before you feel yourself jolted by electricity. You manage to let go. You take 1 point of electrical damage that bypasses your armor.
Gotcha. What, you're
Um,
telling me my metal armor can't stop electricity?
that's right. It is odd. You take 1 point of damage. Crimson, you can see, and Lino, you see this as well. As soon as you go to grab her, there is a quick flare of blue light around her. Your hand actually stops a centimeter or two, right? Like scant quarter-inch from her body. And then you feel that shock and pull.
Can I try to move the table so she can't make whatever she's doing on top of it?
You can take away what she's working on, yes.
Okay, I'm going to try to do that.
Awesome. As soon as you try to, you are able to pull it away. I do want you to make for me one more evasive check.
All right.
Okay, you succeed. So, as you go to pull it away, She grabs the nearest object to her. Her hand blurs and grabs basically a rolling pin and tries to swat your hand, but she just hits the table. And you pull the thing that she had been working on, the figure, away. When she does that, like, she's apologizing. Sorry, I'm sorry. Move your hand. I'm sorry. I don't. And at this point, Emor, I need you to make for me one more tech check. Mental acuity plus tech. Because you do not have ranks in security, this will be a little harder. Not that it fucking mattered. So, as you're going through, towards the end, you just start flying. You've worked with systems like this before, more or less in your work with Starlight Networks. At the last second, you realize you were about to trip an alarm that was designed to stop people from hacking in. You're not even sure how you noticed it. It's frankly mostly luck, though you don't have to say that. It basically would have, if you hadn't noticed it, it would have still terminated the subscription, but it would have caused a severe shock to anyone currently imprisoned. With your 23, you managed to avoid setting that off. So right after
That's good.
the... I don't wanna. Right after the rolling pin slams down, hand moves, and then her whole body just sags. And at that point, it is 11:45. We are going to pause here. That's what happens when you let me rant for the first, quarter of the stream.
You're good.
To be fair, we didn't let you.
That's right. I do what I want.
Maybe
But-
you should have a point redeem where we can cut off a rant early.
Ooh,
Look,
yeah. It'll hurt your feelings real fast.
It really would.
Or maybe we should have a point redeem where we should have him go on a rant.
Yeah.
I don't want to play right now.
We
I'm
never
gonna
get
rant.
anything done.
Right. So, I am going to start looking up another stream to raid. Fate, your prize redeem will be redeemed at the beginning of next stream. I have not forgotten you. I have something in mind for what your help is going to be. It will be redeemed next stream. I apologize.
Uh-oh, sounds like you'll have to come back, Fate.
That's right. That's how you hook them.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, looking through... Ooh, there is a Hunter the Reckoning stream. Guess what we are watching, everybody?
That's a great
Heck.
friggin' game. Hunter the Reckoning. I have Hunter the Vigil.
Yes.
The second. Okay.
Isn't that a vampire game?
Yeah.
Yep, World of Darkness.
Nice.
All right, the raid has been created. This has been Alan from Mr. Bitey's Gaming. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. If y'all want to do your outros.
This was Colette Dubois de Laurent, played by Danielle.
This was Crimson, played by Fee.
This was Lino Gallardo, played by Time Glitch.
This has been You're Dead Now, played by Super Destructo.
All right, y'all take care. Be safe. See you next time.
Have a
Bye.
good one.